Welcome back, everybody, to the Oakland A's franchise on MLB The Show 23. We're going to start this episode off by making a roster move, as we need to figure out how to get Shea Langoliers and Darrell Ernaiz some days off. I've thought about just sending down Shea Langoliers amid his struggles, but there's a bit of an issue at times when you simulate and you don't have your bench set up a certain way. So for much of the year, Shea Langoliers has had low energy and there isn't another catcher on the bench that can go fill in. I have Tyler Soderstrom DHing. He can also play a little catcher. He is listed as a catcher, but the game doesn't simulate great when there isn't somebody on the bench that can take over that role. And the same thing here with Darrell Ernaiz. Our backup shortstop is really Christian Arroyo, who's also a starter. So I've got a move that can help both situations. It ain't flashy, but Kyle Farmer can play third, catcher, second, and short, and fill in a role on our bench, giving those two a rest. Oh, now he wants a multi-year deal. That makes things a little trickier. He won't even take $4.5 for the 1 year. Well, 2 years, $6 million. Got the job done. If we end up DFAing him at some point, it's not a whole lot to eat, but at least there we can get a little depth at a couple spots and it'll simulate a little bit better. And maybe I won't have to send down Shea quite yet, and we can see if he bounces back, given a couple off days every now and then. We're going to be sending down Lawrence Butler then in this case. He's only hitting 132 in 68 at-bats, so his major league struggles have continued. We had some decent options for backup catchers or shortstops down at AAA, but then I'd have to use 2 roster spots instead of the 1 that we can use on Kyle Farmer. So Robert Puason, he might get a chance later this year. He's been really intriguing for a while in this series, and I think he's a perfect player to open today's episode with. The Aviators have a 25-20 record. Our AAA team is actually looking pretty good, and Joe Michael's going to be taking the mound in this game. Making his third start here at AAA, he has a 1.93 ERA to this point, 15 strikeouts in 14 innings. So we'll see him a little bit here in this game, but Robert Puason can play both second and short. He is a switch hitter. Better contact than power, but a very balanced skill set. And he drives this into center, down for a hit, and that's going to drive home a run as Las Vegas gets on the board. The one thing missing for Puason is just maybe one big strength to lean on as he tries to get into the majors. His contacts are in the 50s, that's solid. His ratings are all very clustered, and his defense is just okay right now. So I'm stuck with an underperforming team and wanting to get some young guys up here, but not wanting to hurt their development in order to accomplish that. At some point, you got to take some chances, though, and give guys a chance to play well, because at the very least, there is some upside. You'll never know if they don't get a chance to play. We jump ahead to the bottom of the 6th inning, and still hitting as a righty. Puason down the line, but out in front. Second best batting average here on the Aviators. I have him hitting a little too low in this order. I'll get that corrected. Fouled off the fastball. Now a 2-2 count here with 2 down. Now we have the count full. Line drive into center. And an easy play to finish off the 6th inning. And the Aviators pick up a win, so that must mean that Joe Michael had himself a solid start once again, going 7 1/3, 7 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts. He avoided walking anybody in this game, and he really hasn't had a bad start yet. I think with some of these guys like Robert Puason, or at third base, there's Jeremy Eierman. We've just got to get them some playing time maybe later this season after hopefully getting a bit of development. Here's Eierman's progress so far. And then here is the progress for Puason, who is listed as a second baseman. One player I saw suggested to get some info on is Cam Cope. One of our year one draft class players came in with a really high overall. It's already a 70, and he's just 19 years old. He's pitching down at AA. It's a bit of a log jam at AAA at the moment, so he's down here, and he's pitched at a pretty good level so far, making 8 starts and a 3.68 ERA, 1.23 whip. His game leans more on control and keeping the ball in the ballpark. So another not very flashy pitcher, but has the skill set that has worked well for us with guys like Paul Blackburn and now Michael Soroka. So moving on down to the AA level, Cam Cope will make another start. Hey, this stadium looks familiar. He seems to be just a ground ball, sinker ball pitcher. So we're going to try and establish that early on. Only throws it in the high 80s and low 90s. And that's on the ground. We'll see if we can make this play, and he does. Right over the inside corner as he gets the first strike here on Miguel via roll. That's reached at for a strike 2 on the changeup, and then you notice he throws a fastball, a 2-seamer, changeup, and a sinker. He doesn't even have like a breaking ball that you'd go to with 2 strikes. So it's a changeup, and it's drilled deep to left center on the run to the gap. This one is gone. Yep, didn't go where you wanted it to. And he doesn't really have another pitch that is good for, getting someone to reach outside the zone. So I think that's the main concern here with Cope. I've had a fair amount of luck over the years in various series using these control-oriented pitchers and being able to actually get strikeouts with them because the control is so good. A low K per 9 kind of stinks, but you can still get a lot of strikeouts if you're around the corners. And now keeping that changeup down, he does get ahead of the next batter. But what do you do with 2 strikes when you are looking for that punch out? Well, you can't throw that one a whole lot better. We can try a 2-seamer in on the hands. 1 and 2. Missed. I think ideally here the changeup would be the 2-strike pitch. And this one stays low on the ground. Fastball clips the inside edge. We have a 3-2 count now to Stevie Kearns. 3-2 on the ground. And he gives up a home run and then 3 groundouts here in the first. That was just the 4th homer he's allowed in 52 innings this year, so I'm not all that concerned by it. Just bad timing, I guess, to give it up in the first. That never feels good. Hey, a swinging strike on the 2-seamer. Still looking for that first strikeout. Here we have 2 strikes, and it's popped up. First one that they've put in the air that wasn't the homer. Got him with a sinker, and there is the first strikeout for Cam Cope. Then you hit it weakly, and the second inning is a very clean one. Cope ahead in the count once again. 1 and 2 on Vern Glass. On the ground. A slow roller allows the second baseman to get there, but too speedy down the first base line. And again, popped up. Nice hustle. And he got there. That was awesome. And here's the batter who took him yard back in the first inning. Nice first pitch strike there. He's got all kinds of confidence here in the sinker. And the command of it's been really good. He has only missed once really badly with the changeup. Fouled off. He does have, okay velocity on his fastball. 95, 96. And now 2 and 2. Just low. They don't seem to chase a lot of these close pitches. 3 and 2, and there is the chase. Got a little further out of the zone. Chased a 2-seamer. There's a strikeout. Falling behind the batter, it's a 3-1 count, and Cope does walk him. And you'd think with his skill set, he should be able to get us a lot of double play balls. Trying to elevate still from time to time, so it's not the same 3 pitches in the same 3 locations. 1-2. That's on the ground. Hit sharp enough. 5-4-3 double play. And now falling behind this batter, it's a 3-1 count to Acuna. And just off the outside corner. I guess one more piece of feedback I'd like from you guys that have played more franchise than me. Is there kind of an overall range you like to be in before you bring guys up to the majors? I've been thinking about that, and if there's like a target, I guess low 70s is kind of what I've had in mind. But sometimes a guy is a 70 and everything is balanced, so nothing really stands out. So I'm also staying patient with a few of these players, like Puason or Ironman, just because I'd like for there to be one thing at least you can lean on as a core strength when you get to the majors. But I think Cam Cope is on a really good trajectory here to only be 19 years old, already a 70. I don't think that we're like, a year away for him yet or anything too close, as he does get Salazar to chase. Big out there with 2 on. And now we'll maybe get that ground ball again. Nope, line drive, right center. 1 will score. I think it'll be 2. RBI double. 3rd run coming around. Safe at the plate. Line drive over second. And Glass has good speed. He will round 3rd. Heading home, he is safe. And it's 4-0 Frisco. Starting to see that contact get better. And he's going to get pulled here after allowing a 4th run. So, not the best outing there for Cope. And before the 5th inning, it was looking like he had recovered and might have a chance to go 6 innings or so. But he lost it. I do have Logan Davidson now here at AA, and he is hitting a bit better than he was at AAA. Still looking for a home run, but his bat just has not come around the way we need it to if he's to get on this big league roster. Runner on here, down 4 in the 8th inning. Davidson to left center field, and that gets down. Justin Dean, he's down here at AA, just called him, or sent him down today, as he wasn't hitting great at AAA. And both are aboard here. We got Kyle McCann. He is the starting catcher. And we'll see if he can get us a run.
No, that's a ball.
And he popped it up. So there's the first out. Austin Beck hitting .246, has 19 RBIs. Hammered into left field and set up for a sacrifice, as we will get our 3rd run. And I know a lot of you are excited about another Max Muncy here in the Oakland organization. He plays second base, and I think he does have a chance, just a little bit, might need a bit more time. His ratings were a tad lower coming in, so let me remember how to do this. 65 overall, plays second and short. Contacts at 47 and then 50. And his defense is honestly in a pretty good spot for the time being. Might not have as much power as the other Max Muncy everybody knows about. But he's another player that's got a really good shot and is only 22 years old. That's going down the line. Fair. And we got good speed here on the base paths. We're going to have to wave him home. Muncy into second. He will drive home run number 4. And that extends the inning for Juan Fernandez. Shouldn't have chased that one. He plays first base. Fernandez hitting .226. Hasn't had a ton of experience this year. Just 12 hits on the season. Ooh, that slider had me fooled bad. So let's see if we can tack on a couple more runs in the 9th inning. Taking on a tough closer here. Jacob Barnes, 12 of 13 on save attempts this season. Doing really well against righties, struggling a tad more against left-handed pitching. We are only days away, too, from Miguel Cabrera coming off the injured list and joining the Double-A team. So he'll recover from his broken foot before too long. Busted lumber. Finds it out number 1. And here's a lefty in Ramon Mendoza. 13 stolen bases here as the leadoff man has 38 hits, hitting .250. We got Angelis and Justin Dean behind him. Hard hit to third base. Quickly 2 down. And a fly ball into center. Barnes comes in and gets a really quick save as Midland's comeback comes up short. But that's a nice look at some of the players down at Double-A that don't get enough attention. Cam Cope ends up going 4 1/3, striking out 4. Gave up 6 base runners, but 5 earned runs charged to him. It just kind of fell apart for him in that 5th inning. He did a really good job keeping the ball down or at least out of the middle of the zone, getting weak contact, but when the ball was elevated, they jumped all over it. And overall, it was the 2-seamer that gave up 3 hits, and we only threw 11 of those. The sinker is definitely his top pitch. And yes, Miguel Cabrera is now coming off the injured list to join the Double-A squad. Cabrera has outstanding contact skills, and he's only 18 years old. I believe he was our 2nd player drafted last year after Joe Michael, and I think he's got a chance to be exceptional. He has contacts that rival Aaron Dunn's, but he's better against lefties. We've got to work on some power with him, and there's no rush at all. We'll see how he does in the minor leagues, and I'm excited to see what he can turn into. Meanwhile, at the major league level, we just took the first 2 games in a series against the Rays. I decided to give Kyle Farmer a couple starts just to sit Langoliers for a couple days. Farmer gives us a 3-run home run, it looks like, in this first start as we win 6-1. Luis Medina was dominant. In the next day, we get 3 hits from Nick Gordon and 2 from Christian Arroyo. Darrell Hernaiz gets a couple. Gordon goes yard, hits a double as we shut him out behind a Mike Soroka 7-inning start. We'll check in with the scouting now, and Edgar Gonzalez comes in 4th on our board with a finished draft profile. 72nd on the Major League board. I'd love to bring in one of these higher rated relievers. Now, I'm not taking him at 3. I'm just not going to take a reliever that high. But we pick again, I think at, 31 and then 41. That's where I'm open to maybe taking a reliever this year. I still don't really know what I want to do with that first pick, but I'm trying to get a lot of info now, as you can tell, on the third baseman, scouting the international and central regions. I'm very intrigued here with Drew Thompson. Third baseman who's 54th on our board, not ranked. And he's one of the few players I've come across who at least has average contact and power. Can also play first, second, and left field, so I like the flexibility. I think I'd also, I'm not going to force it, but I'd love to go find a younger utility player than relying on these veterans, like having to go sign Kyle Farmer today. It'd be awesome to have like a younger version of that skill set. One of the only utility players I've found so far is Puason, but he doesn't project to be all that great of a hitter, just kind of a good defensive player and a really fast player at the same time. But he's, got a draft rank of like last round or so, and getting a utility player there is something I'm interested in, even if he can't hit very well. I'm not sure if I've talked about Julian Rodriguez yet. He is also not ranked, but comes in 71st on our board, and he's 21. So the ranges are tighter. We're looking at contact, possibly projecting well for the future, and can hit lefties probably fairly well on day 1 as well. So he's somebody else we need to get some more information on. I'm going to have to do a little more homework, though, on these top 10 players. I need to nail these first picks. I like Cleveland Haynes. He's on our board at 11. But how about Buddy Fitzgerald? He is 7th right now, and we've not even really scouted him. But we've got to know what he brings to the table. And then there's also Justin Calzado, who is 19 years old. And I also like his hitting ranges, and he's also just really well-rounded, a switch hitter. Continuing on through the next week, we take a series from the Rays and then a series against the Chicago White Sox. Luis Medina is giving us some outstanding starts here along the way. This was a 9-3 victory where he went 7, improving to 3-0 and the 2.25 ERA. All right, so after a week of scouting Justin Calzado, we now have him more in the 105 range, but Buddy Fitzgerald has stayed about the same here at 8. Oh yeah, I got some really good info in the comments. All the good tips are always there. I wasn't aware you could just hit square and see the pitches and the velocities. So you can see Edgar Gonzalez, his best pitch appears to be his curveball. Doesn't have a great changeup, decent two-seamer, but this is really nice to see. I had never known. I'm pretty impressed here that we're over 60 games into the year and our record isn't even worse than it is. We're going to get through another scouting session today. Buddy Fitzgerald, his profile is done. He'll come in 22nd now on the board. Projected to have good skills against lefties primarily, good plate vision, but defensively seems a bit limiting, and not sure he's going to be a true option there in the first round. I'm also scouting the number 1 prospect, Vinny Gomez, but after 1 week, he's dropped to 13 on our board, and his defense might keep me away from scouting him any further. So I really don't feel like I'm prepared as I'd like to be for that number 3 pick yet. We have Edgar Gonzalez 2nd on our board. We just talked about him a little bit. We have a few pitchers I haven't really given a ton of attention to, but I'm starting to wonder if I might need to. Gregorio Uribe is at 95%. I might have to finish that off. We are still in 4th place. We take on the Texas Rangers in our next game, and it's a great chance for us to catch up with Luis Medina and his progress. Last episode was the Battle of the Bay. Today, it's the Battle of the Basement. Texas and Oakland, 24 wins versus 25. Hey, if we can be better than them this year, I'd be pretty happy with that. Medina's making his 6th start, and this is what the season's all about. Can we find these young players that can be the cornerstones of our future? Medina's done a really nice job so far, and hopefully we can keep it up. Jorge Mateo leads things off for the Rangers. He tries to put down a bunt. If he can get aboard, his speed is dangerous, but not the best on-base player. Strike at 98. Has some pretty good velocity. Now trying to get that strikeout. That was a good pitch. He got him up and in with the 4-seam fastball. Popped up for Geloff. That should be an easy play. And then Corey Seager, who might be having a bit of a down season and part of why Texas continues to struggle. 96 clipping the inside. And just off the outside corner, but a pretty good pitch going to his slider. Same spot. I guess we're not getting the outside corner today. Got him 2-2 now. And struck him out on a fastball. Excellent first inning for Luis Medina. We'll get underway with Tyler Soderstrom meeting John Gray, the veteran pitcher. Crushed it to right center. Blasted to the gap and gone, a home run. First pitch swinging. Number 10 for Soderstrom. I love hitting with this guy. He's been one of the best players on the offense this year, right behind guys like Hernandez and Gordon. One of the best success stories we've got going in this franchise. That 10 home runs, I believe, will tie him for a team lead. Pretty close. Gordon's actually seen some development to his power this year because he too has 10. And now we got Brown, Gordon, Arroyo, Soderstrom all have 10 homers. Hernandez has 9. So it'd be cool to see, 3-4 guys get 20 homers this year. Maybe we can improve in a couple departments. That's the hope, right? I mean, you can't get a whole lot worse than where we've been. And we're still the worst batting average in the American League. Seth Brown's weighing it down. Hernaiz, Langoliers. So I signed Farmer partially to see if that would take some of the pressure off of Langoliers, but I think now it's just going to have to be a situation where he goes down and we bring up Daniel Susac and just see where that leads us. There's also the option of playing Soderstrom at catcher every day just to get him the reps. I think both are okay ideas. I mean, there's nothing for us to lose. We're the Oakland A's, so him struggling behind the dish might end up still being worth it. Could play him at first base. It'd just be nice to put him somewhere where he could improve his defense, and maybe just having him DH is a bit of a disservice. Maybe it caps his upside defensively, not getting him the playing time now. Waiting till later might just be a bad idea. But at the same time, maybe he's hitting so well because he's a DH and gets all the rest he needs having just one job. Brown into left center field. Got another good pitch to hit. This one doesn't travel as far. His fastball is on today. They're having a lot of trouble just making contact against it.
That's ball 2.
But now falling behind Marcus Semien, 3-1. We'll see if the fastball gets us back a strike. And it's driven to Capel in center. Long run, way out there. Just enough room. I will not be running on Adolis Garcia's arm in this episode. That's not a mistake you make too many times, right? Good curve on the outside. Medina feels locked in. 0-2. Missed away. And now cannot get the strikeout. He's missed 3 straight, so here's the fastball. Missing inside. That specific corner, he just doesn't want to call it to lefties or righties. Runner goes, and Brown is a long run, but should get there. Out of the second. Arroyo's average has dipped a lot. His numbers have fallen with his recent cold streak. Now hitting just .233. But he's somebody else who's seeing some development to his power.
Count 1-0.
That's going down the line. Let's raise the average a point or two. Gonna hustle into second. And he is in there. Said I wouldn't be testing Adolis Garcia. It took me all of 2 minutes to test him. And now we got Zach Geloff, who is hitting .220. And he rolls it over. A little trouble at third base. And Geloff will reach on what I believe will be an error. Nope, it's a base hit. We prefer that anyway. As long as his ratings don't drop, I'm okay just getting him playing time, and in his case, we have seen a few ratings going up, and I'll give you a checkup on the end of the episode for development. Tap to the right side. That's a Max Kepler double play. Matt Wallner's better. Call him back up. All right, that's all the Twins complaining I have for the day. Shea Langoliers down the line. Think you'll be going to AAA after this episode. I can't handle a 188 average for a whole lot longer. Or 184. Right center field. Not hit well. Garcia makes the catch. Oh, there's Max Kepler. I didn't even realize. I forgot he was on the Rangers here. Every time I see a lefty reach over the plate and two-hop it to the right side, I think of Max Kepler. Love where the fastball's at, but unfortunately, everything else is kind of lacking, and I don't think we're going to live with just fastballs. Kepler fouls that off. Certainly don't want to miss up and into him. This spot of the zone has not been friendly. And he missed, and it's past third base, and should be two with Gordon's long run finally getting there. Kepler's in with a double. Yeah, I just don't know how far we can get off of one pitch. I mean, this is tough right now. 2-0, missed. I wonder if maybe a mound visit is in order here. I don't do the mound visit a whole lot, but this command needs to get right. So he's going to walk him on 4. Love the way he opened the game, but I'm starting to get concerned. Fastball is in there. And the curveball clips the outer edge. Got him looking! That corner finally gave us one. That also got his confidence in the slider up. 98. Thought he might be slowing down here, but nope, still hitting his max velocity. I guess he went around. On the ground, should be 2. I think it was hit hard enough, and he gets out of the jam. Daryl Ernaiz, a 565 OPS. Yeah, this is starting to get a little concerning here. Do you call somebody else up for the shortstop audition? You can play Farmer, but I'm trying to find, hopefully, young guys that can surprise us. So does Ironman get called up? Does Robert Puason just play short? Arroyo can. I like him better at third base. What do you guys think about some of these young guys that have struggled a bit at the plate? I'd like some suggestions down in the comment section because I'm looking to make a couple roster moves. Ernaiz lifted into left center and caught. This guy won't be going anywhere, though. Tyler Soderstrom, 10 homers, 32 RBIs. Ooh, that time a bit out in front. He's still catching too much of the zone here with some of these strikes. Going the other way. This is going to stay fair, but it's run down. Facing the heart of the Texas order for the second time, Seager goes the other way. Another extra base hit to lead off an inning, and we'll see if Medina gets out of this one, just like last time. There we go. Trying to see if they'll reach out of the strike zone a little bit. I mean, they're a last-place team. There's got to be some faults in their play style. Got to keep that down. Really good curveball, and we don't get the call. Missed away, and 2 are aboard, just like the third inning all over again. Man, I really wish we have a different umpire behind the plate today. This is frustrating. All right, we're coming back. Last inning, it began with a strikeout. Here to Simeon. On the ground. Brown gets it. Ernaiz to first. It's a double play. Adolis Garcia will hit with 2 down. Fastball by him at 97. And it's by him at 96. Now we got some pitches to work with.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just haven't had very many good sliders or any off-speed pitches. Fastball line to Arroyo, and we get out of it again. Been an interesting outing for Luis Medina. Only one pitch has really been reliable, but yet the Rangers still haven't gotten a run. Hopefully we don't see the leadoff double here in the 5th. I don't want to test our luck a 3rd straight inning. Yeah, it's not ending up where you want it, but I guess we'll take that. Ahead of Sam Huff. That's too high. Good changeup, and it's down the line. And we'll see if he tries. He'll hold up at first. That was a pretty good pitch that he sent down the line. That wasn't even in the zone. Caught too much of the plate, but Kepler's under it. And Hernandez backs up to secure it. And then throws it away. But it's backed up. And then a slow roller. Hernandez on to Geloff. A 3rd inning in a row with a double play. Bottom of the 5th. And we have Zach Geloff at the plate. Chase the slider, strike 3. Capel's hitting numbers are pretty good so far this year. He has like 40 at-bats. Still hitting in the 300s. So he's going to stay up here for a little bit, hitting .313 with 3 homers. And now Gray is struggling to hit that outside corner. Same one I struggled with. By him at 95. And a bouncer on to 3rd on 1 hop. He's gone. Pitch count about to hit 70 for Medina. We're here in the 6th, and it's a rocket down the left field line. And now they got the speed of Jorge Mateo aboard. 4th straight inning, they've sent one into left field. 3 of the 4 innings have been leadoff doubles. And we're facing the heart of this order. We do have the bullpen getting ready. If we could ever get a strikeout or 2, now is the time. That's up the middle, base hit, and Mateo will score. And now there's more good speed aboard. 1 apiece. 30 balls, 43 strikes, about to face Seager. We got Reyes getting warm. I might warm up Gonzalez as well. Medina will stay in for now. Strike to Seager. Hammered foul. The 1-2. Miss low. We'll try to go inside. Got him looking. Fastball, strike 3. I think we're going to make the move now and bring in Alex Reyes. All things considered, it was an all-right outing for Medina, and he limited the damage, and, I mean, he made it pretty far with really just 1 pitch. Anything but the fastball was just not clicking. So I'm shocked that it didn't go worse, but he also got 3 double play balls, and got very fortunate there. So let's bring in Alex Reyes now and see if we can put this inning to an end. Base hit left field. He's ahead now of Marcus Semien. I'm going for a strikeout here as opposed to the double play. In the dirt, smothered by Langoliers. And the count goes full. Missed away, ball 4. And they are loaded now for Adolis Garcia. Got him chasing the slider. We've had some trouble getting strikeouts today when we've needed them. The 2-strike pitches have just been awful. 2-2. Lifted for Capel, not hit deep. We'll see if they want to test. Runner takes off. Capel's throw up the line, and he's safe. So close. That's going to be a second run now charged to Luis Medina in 5 in the third innings. Reyes is having issues here with his command, and he won't face another batter if this is extended. 3-2. Popped up. So Texas gets their first 2 runs. Eventually those leadoff hits turn into something, and we trail. Gray's pitch count is in a really good spot, too. We swung at a lot of early pitches, so he's only in the low 50s, but falling behind Hernaiz, it's 3-0. He walked him on 4. Here's Soderstrom. We know what he's capable of. Good speed on first base now. 5 straight misses. Crushed it to right center field. Going back. It's going to be off the wall. Soderstrom into second. Hernaiz ends up at third. And we got 2 in scoring position for Nick Gordon. How many RBIs? He's sitting at 30 on the season. That's hooking foul. Good changeup low. Looking at a 1-2 count. Good try. Line drive right at short, and everybody stays put. Teoscar, only 21 RBIs. We need 22 right here. High drive center field. That's going to be deep enough for Hernaiz. And he'll head home and tie this game at 2. Lifted foul. Might be playable. And the inning comes to an end. But we get our second run. Victor Gonzalez still having a really nice season, making his 23rd appearance. And we're here in the 7th. Max Kepler is the hitter. Our focus now, as we again don't get the outside corner, is to hopefully get the leadoff man out for the first time in a while. Kepler! Oh man, he's going to beat that out. Unbelievable. Haven't gotten the leadoff man since like the 2nd or 3rd inning. I'm pretty sure it was in the 2nd. And they're all going to the third base side. Got him chasing strike 3. Out in front, 2 strikes on Jorge Mateo. Got him looking. I don't know how he didn't go around there. But Taveras does take a strike. Seager's on deck. Leclerc is getting warm. But we'll leave in Gonzalez to face Seager now. Another runner in scoring position for Texas. Inside. Got the strike call. 1-2. There's strike 3. Victor Gonzalez comes in and shuts down the 7th. We're into the Texas bullpen now. Glenn Otto is the first out, and here's Geloff. Much better numbers against lefties than righties. That's popped up. He's gone. Do we pitch Zach Jackson or Jose Leclerc? Jose Leclerc has been awful this season. In 15 innings, he has given up 6 home runs and 15 earned runs. I think I'm putting in Zach Jackson here. We're facing their best power hitters. Jackson hasn't been great, but he's had some good outings recently with me. Strike on the outside. We're ahead of low. And it's weakly hit for Arroyo. Hey, we got the leadoff man. Right on the inside corner. He's ahead of Marcus Simeon. Got him looking with a slider. And now Garcia swings through the high fastball. He gets a lot of swinging strikes on that pitch. Quickly ahead 0-2. Let's return to the heater. Oh, does he go? No, he doesn't. Just missed the outside. 3-2. In the dirt. A walk to Garcia. Let's make a change here. Let's get Jose Leclerc in the game. One batter at a time. We got 2 outs. A lot of speed now on first as they pinch run. Oh, he threw it away. You gotta be kidding me. Baker takes second, turns the corner. He's headed to third and stops there. I actually try a pickoff, and that's what I get. Sam Huff is hitting .085 with runners in scoring position and doesn't even make Capel move. Shea leads us off here, bottom of the 8th inning. Probably going to see Acevedo get the 9th regardless. Well, we could keep Leclerc in if we want him to... oh, that was a good pitch. He only faced 1 batter, so we'll see. On the ground and hit at second. He's out. Look who we have with 2 outs. Tyler Soderstrom. High fly into left, but coming in, Kepler makes the catch. On to the 9th. Leclerc staying in to start the 9th against the team that he played for previously. And quickly jumps ahead of Kepler. Fly ball, shallow center. Capel makes the catch. Now an inside-out swing, and Leclerc gets another easy out. Mateo to Brown, and that went very well. We're on to the bottom of the 9th inning now. We're looking for a walk-off in this episode, and we got the 2-3-4 hitters up. Nick Gordon to lead things off against Glenn Otto. Fouled off, and we're at a 2-2 count. That was a little late. Got him with a really good slider inside. That's hard hit to third base. What a play. Hernandez is retired. 103 off the bat. So either Seth Brown makes something happen or we're on to the 10th inning. Brown with a drive. Center field hit well. This is gone and the game is over. The Rangers get walked off in the 9th. Seth Brown, the hero tonight, retaking the team lead in home runs with number 11. Otto was really tough. He has a slider that I just had a ton of trouble with. I want to see what that was. I just knew I had a pitch there I liked. Feels like it's been a little while since we really got a hold of one with Seth. Although I think he went yard last episode. That's way out there. Nice win for the A's. We've had some fun games this season. we're certainly having a bit more success as a team, I'd say. Yep, that was his slider, and he left it right over the middle. He ended up throwing 14 of those sliders against us, and 86% were strikes. Like, I couldn't lay off. But he threw it one too many times. So the win goes to Jose Leclerc. He gets to knock down his ERA a tad. And we score a 3-2 victory. Nice win there against Texas. We are now at 26-39 on the season. Dead last in batting average. 29th in runs scored, so that improved. Dead last in on base, though, at 288. Ouch. Team ERA of 22. We have a few players having really good seasons for us. It's enough to keep us out of last place for at least the time being. We'll have some moves to make, though, going into next episode, but I wanted to give you just a look at some of the player development at this stage. Doesn't seem like a lot's changed for Joe Michael today, but he's now made 6 AAA starts, and he is continuing to dominate, more or less. Christian Arroyo has brought some more power than anticipated, so he's losing some contact, but more than making up for it in the power department, where he's on pace to have career high in home runs. Aaron Don is hitting .317 down at AAA, and he's clubbed 7 home runs. Doesn't seem like a lot's happened in this episode for him, but there's a lot of development across the board. Domingo Acevedo has been very reliable for us, and he's improved his hit per 9 by 3. And looking at the last 2 years now in the series, he's picked up 49 saves, blowing 6. Victor Gonzalez has had a lot of really good outings, and he's seeing some of the most development in the bullpen, although his walk per 9 is falling, as he's walked 10 in 21 innings. Darell Hernaiz hitting .204. He's picked up 200 at-bats this year, and he's seen more positive development than negative, but he hasn't hit lefties very well, it would appear. Shea Langoliers is hitting .181, and his contact is going down, and it's time for him to get refreshed. Luis Medina didn't have the smoothest start, but avoided it going wrong completely. And he's seen a little bit of development here, +4 on the home run per 9. And in 35 innings, he's picked up 34 strikeouts. So he has very little big league experience, but the first 55 innings show a ton of promise. Zach Geloff has had a couple really big moments in recent videos, and he too is seeing more positive development than negative. But the contact against righties hasn't been there. At least right now, he looks like he can surely play well against left-handed pitching. Daniel Susac may very well be called up next episode. He's hitting .268 down at AAA, and I feel like he's got a chance to do pretty well at the majors. He's got a balanced skill set, doesn't have the arm of Langoliers, but I think he'll provide okay defense there, at least passable, with a bat that might surprise us a little bit. Miguel Cabrera has already seen some development down at AA, and he's barely played. 41 at-bats, he's picked up 13 hits, 2 extra base, and 5 walks. .391 on base right now would feel pretty good at the major league level. That's going to be it for our action in this one, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like down below if you did, and let me know your thoughts in the comments section on what we should do for roster moves going in the next episode. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.